submission in from the scaffold. And we've got to really attacking this arm when we put the diaphragm. So again, we'll just do a transition we've covered before. We'll just go from mount. So again, from the mounted position, again, I'm not one for going backwards. You pass the guard, get side control, get mount. It's an advantageous position, right? Why would you want to go to scaffold? Because it's probably one of the few areas you can actually top someone out with the position itself. And that diaphragm choke can set up a lot of possibilities attacking the arms and stuff. So possibly maybe your mount game isn't as good as what it should be. You're having difficulty playing it from there. Sometimes then you might make the transition to scaffold. So obviously if I favour one side, that's the side I'm going to hug the head. So from the mounted position, I'm going to make a connection with the crossface around Crippy's head. And then it just depends. I mean, if it was MMA, you could start punching the face here, and when this hand comes up to protect it, I'll just get under the crook of the arm, make a hand-to-hand position. The problem is, though, jumping over, sometimes if you just decide to jump over, I get caught in half guard, and I don't want that battle. So it's very much like a cut-cross pass. I'm just tripoding up and sliding my shin across his hips, so if he tries to actually snag me in half guard, it's not going to happen. And now, I'm into scaffold. So head control, find my thigh. Don't worry too much about this elbow. And again, I lift my butt up and I bring it right over his gut, and then I sag to get on that diaphragm. And again, that can create a response from Crippy. He's looking to get onto the side, or he's going to start framing with his hands. And once these hands come in and he starts making these frames, we talked about it's very hard to crush those frames driving straight in like this. But if I bring that frame above my head, it's weak. It's like if he makes a frame, just perfect. And he's his elbow on this mat. I can push all day on that frame. And I'll never weaken it, but I can push it this way. It's all about angle. So the second he makes that frame, I'm going to push it above his head. And then last time we looked at, I can bring it down and I can look for that Americana. Okay, and hip in to get it. Sometimes in the process of trying to go for the Americana, he straightens his arm, which means then I can look to get it on a straight arm. Okay, that's with the thumb up. There's really only 4 positions his arm can be in. It doesn't matter, we're going to attack all 4 of those positions. There is no safe position. So sometimes when you're going for this, they'll actually turn their thumb down. And you notice when his thumb was up, Crippy's elbow was facing the mat. So when he turns his thumb down, or I decide to turn it down, his elbow's actually facing me. So instead of using my front leg to tie it up, okay, I just bring my rear leg over. Like, very much like an arm bar, I want to put tension in it. What Crippy wants is to turn this arm up into the back of my knee, and now I can kind of rotate it. See the way his mobility now? Whereas I want it down at my ankle. So the first thing I do is, if he turns his thumb down, or I turn it down, I step over and I put my toe on the mat, and then I flare my knee. That puts tension in the arm. Okay, and now I just engage my hip. Now it's different from the last time, because last time his elbow was facing the mat and I engaged my hip up. You have to think of where his elbow is. Because his elbow's facing me, I bring my hips that way, if that makes sense. So as I step over and flare, now I'm lifting my hip this way. So let's take a look at that again. So again, from the mounted position, maybe I suck. I haven't come to Wednesday night classes. Plug, shameless plug. And I need to switch to a different position. So my right arm is going to hug the head and the crossface. Again, maybe his elbows are tucked. So if my knee is under his elbow, it's hard to get this inside. So I will bring my knee back and get the crook of my arm and his arm. And then I start to walk that up. Get hand to hand. But as I bail the scaffold, I don't want to cut him in half guard. So I tripod up and turn my right knee towards his right hip. So my shin is actually here. Okay? And then from there, you just sit through, very much like a cut cross pass. Swim inside, find my thigh, and again I lift and I just put all my lat on his diaphragm here. So he's uncomfortable. Again, forcing that reaction of I'm trying to get on the side and possibly trying to make frames. And when he does, I lean forward And now we're going to attack the heck out of this arm. So I can push it down, the Americana. He tries to defend by straightening his arm with that thumbs up. I still go for it on using my front leg, but maybe he defends and turns it down this way. So if that's the case, recognizing that, I'm going to use my back leg. I put my toe over, so now his elbow's facing me. The other detail is I have to keep control of the wrist, because if I just step over, Crippy can, yeah, he's out. So I want that. And now from there I engage my hip, only I'm not going up, I'm going over his head. Let's just use, is your arms okay?
Yeah, alright.
Okay, good. So these marks, you can see, bro. So from the mount, okay, playing Wednesday night's class, not getting any joy, so I'm going to hug the head. I've done this setup before. And now, depends on where this arm is. If he knows jiu-jitsu, his arms are T-Rex. If his elbow is tight to my knee, I can withdraw my knee, get to put my arm under his arm, and then I start to walk it forward. I'll get hand to hand, and then I tripod up, and cut cross pass. See why my foot never passes his hip line, so he can't snag it. Try to snag it, bro. And I'll curl my foot towards my butt. Swim inside, and then I make that connection here. So I find my thigh, pulling this up. My goal is to keep Mark flat on his back. Sometimes when you go for that diaphragm choke, you're too high with your lat. So basically sit up and put your butt on his belly. You're just to the point where he's about to bridge, and then you sag. And now I'm on the diaphragm. Okay. Again, you're looking to force that reaction. A lot of times when we look at the escape, Mark's probably going to have a body lock on me here, working to try and get on the side and stuff. But if I can put a lot of pressure with the diaphragm choke, this frame will come in front and he'll start to try and push in my face. So rather than trying to push into it, I lean across and bring it over his head. It's hard for him now to keep that frame, and now I'm going to start attacking this arm. He knows that Americana's coming and he straightens it. And then possibly I'm going for this and he turns his thumb down. Okay, if he turns his thumb this way, that's the next move. We have an answer for everything. Or possibly I might suck at the last two submissions. So I can straighten that up and turn it down. Now I'm aware of where his elbow is facing me. So when I bring this foot over, I put my toe on the mat. First thing I'm thinking about is putting tension in his arm. Very much like that arm bar. So I start to flare it slightly. Just bring it out to there. Put a wee bit of tension in that. And then I engage my hip that way. If that makes sense. One more time on that. So from the mount, I'm going to hug the head. Okay. Start to work and get the crook of my arm under his arm. And walk it forward. Tripod up. Cut cross. So then I'm bringing my right foot towards my butt. And I sit straight into scarf hold. Find my thigh. And I'm putting pressure on him. Anytime this arm, this frame comes in, a very common reaction from there, I'm not trying to drive into him. I bring it over his head. And then I split this and I start to attack this arm. Okay. Sometimes in the process of attacking this, I'll go back to the diaphragm choke, okay, which really makes him uncomfortable. And now he's thinking about two things. Uncomfortableness, I can't breathe, and also I'm attacking this. So whether he turns his thumb down or I turn it down, first thing is I bring this foot over, toe on the mat, and I start to flare that. That's the detail. That puts a lot of tension in the arm, and now I engage my hip this way. Okay, let's play with that, guys. Yeah.